If you were running the station out at Widgery, what would your priorities be, Senior?
My first priority would be to serve the people of the town.
You live there, don't you?
Live there, intend to die there. President of the Widgery Football Club. Yeah, you could say I was pretty well dug in.
They call Gossie the sort of unofficial mayor.
It just might make it difficult for you to make the hard decisions.
How's that?
Well, if you're such a part of the community.
Well, I'm not out to win any popularity contests, if that's what you mean. But honey catches more flies than vinegar, eh?
Right, what did you have in mind for crime prevention strategies?
Crime prevention? Oh, all for it. Show the flag, get to know all the locals better and...
Sell a few raffle tickets.
How do you know about that?
I'm sorry, raffle tickets.
It's my own little spin on community policing. If I catch one of the locals speeding, I sometimes make them buy a fistful of raffle tickets. Bit of old-style country policing, eh, Tommy?
Well, I can't say I've ever used those words myself.
I think the point Sergeant Gallagher's making is that knowing the people so well, you might have difficulty coming down hard on them where necessary.
If a bum needs kicking, I'll kick it.
How many years till your retirement, Senior?
A few yet. I'm not quite ready to be put out to pasture.
So this appointment to Widgery would be pretty convenient for you?
Well, wouldn't have to drive all the way to St David's, yeah.
Until you retire.
Sounds like a good way to see out my time. Is something wrong with that?
You've got tertiary qualifications, you've had good reports everywhere you've been, you're planning to take your sergeant's exam. Can you tell us why you want to run a one-man station in Widgery?
Widgery's been without an everyday police presence for a few years now. I don't see why the people of this town should take second best.
But it wasn't just concern for the people of Widgery that prompted you to apply.
No. To be honest, I want the experience of running my own station. Admin skills are becoming more and more important in the future. I'm expanding my skill base.
So you think taking this job will get you a promotion?
Perhaps it will help. But I'm not just in it for myself. I want to provide a service to the town. Would you like to hear my four-point plan for a crime prevention strategy?
Yeah.
Well, I think we've heard enough, haven't we?
Yeah, have you got any questions you'd like to ask us?
No, I feel like we've covered everything.
Great.
Thanks for your time, Senior Constable. We'll be in touch.
See you. Well, I suppose now it's just a matter of adding up the points, but it's pretty clear to me who the right man for the job is.
Couldn't be clearer.
Gossie
Simon
would be
Barclay.
perfect. Come on, you're a bloke. In 6 months, you'll be looking for a posting to the city.
Yeah, and yours will be ready to retire.
Well, I've got Barclay way ahead on points.
Gossie's a good copper. He may not know all the jargon.
Plus, it's about more than jargon. Simon Barclay understands that running a one-man station's about coming up with strategies. Gossie would just keep the status quo.
It used to be called keeping the peace.
Modern policing's about more than that. Gossie just hasn't moved with the times.
Yeah, but people are still the same.
Boss, he's a dinosaur.
Really? So I suppose I'm a dinosaur too.
No, you may not always agree with the new methods, but at least you take the trouble to understand them.
Thank you, Sergeant. It's almost very diplomatic of you.
Well, that's why you're a senior sergeant and your mate's still a senior Connie.
Well, none of this makes it any easier to tell him.
Would you prefer it if I did it?
No. No, I should do it.
That girly sergeant of yours really put the beat into me.
Oh, come on, she's a good copper, Gossie. The other candidate talk the talk they ought to hear these days.
Never learnt to do that.
No, me neither. You can always appeal the decision.
Why bother? Whoever's making the decision will be looking for the same things. I reckon they want the young ones now, don't they? Sooner or later, they'll take us out to the back paddock and shoot us.
Oh, you two poor old buggers feeling sorry for yourself, are you?
Gossie's just had some bad news, that's all.
You know the average age of a copper these days? 25. Told a young Connie the other day my dad was in World War II and he laughed. Said his grandfather was.
So who's going to run Widgery if Gossie isn't?
You can't expect me to tell you that.
Heard it was a senior Connie called Simon Barclay.
Why do you bother to ask if you already know the answer?
Heard he's a bit of a spunk.
Where do you get your gossip?
Can't expect me to tell you that. I just keep my ear to the grindstone and my nose to the ground.
Ear to the... Shouldn't that be the other way round?
Not if Chris says so, no.
Here's to the new man, then.
No, here's to us. Here's to the dinosaurs before they cart us off to the museum.
This Barclay's going to have his work cut out for him.
DJ, Simon Barclay.
How are you?
PJ's the detective responsible for your area, so you'll be seeing something of him, I imagine.
You're in Widgery?
Yeah.
Crime capital of Australia. What's your bag?
Ben Stewart, Simon Barkley.
Yeah, we met when you had your interview. Hi, Simon. How are you, mate?
Joe Parrish, Jack Lawson,
A nice little place, Widgery. Nice people.
who haven't had a police presence for some time.
So things might have gone by the board a bit.
Yeah, well, up to you to find out, eh? Boss, just introducing Simon around.
Welcome on board, Simon. Everybody here calls me boss, so since you'll be reporting through Sergeant Gallagher...
Boss it is.
Good.
Is there anything you'd like to say to Simon before I show him the setup out at Widgery?
Not really. Just something they've all heard a million times. Country policing is...
all about people.
I'm glad you've been listening. Get that right, and the rest follows.
So was the boss telling me to take it easy here or what?
I don't think Tom Croydon ever tell anyone to go easy, but he definitely has his own way of doing things.
Old style?
Effective, but, yeah, old style. The pub here's been closed for the last couple of years, but it's just recently reopened, so the inspector thought it'd be a good time for us to reopen as well.
Reopen the pub, reopen the station.
Yeah, drink driving, assaults, that kind of thing. The inspector doesn't want people seeing Widgery as a police-free zone, with all that implies.
Sergeant Gallagher.
Hey, Kath, how you going? I'd like you to meet Senior Constable Simon Barclay. Kath Reardon.
A new copper.
G'day, Kevin. Had a chance to look around yet?
No, not much. I like what I've seen, though.
It's a very quiet little place.
The last excitement we had here, though, was when the Kelly gang rode through in 1880. You've been here about 6 months, haven't you?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Excuse me, sir. Do you intend on driving this vehicle?
This is me first for the day.
Oh, what's a tea anyway?
How old are you, sir?
How old are you?
Do you have any proof of age on you?
What, is this bloke serious or what?
Thanks very much.
Oh, come on, mate. You've got to be kidding me, eh?
Boys on the job already.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's unbelievable. What have I done wrong, eh?
Turn around, sir.
Tell me what I've done wrong.
Simon?
Right.
How did Simon go in the wilds of Witchery?
Fine. Just fine.
Lone sheriff, just one man and his 6-shooter against a town of ordinary critters.
What the hell's going on out there?
Eh?
Widgery. He's been there about a minute and a half, and he's already got half the township offside.
Simon suspected Brendan Harmer of underage drinking, so he asked him for ID and proof of age, and Brendan used indecent language.
And he charged him.
Well, it's important not to be seen to be soft on something like this. We are targeting underage drinking,
The
boss.
whole aim of today was to get to know the locals, not book them.
Yeah, well, he couldn't let a boy swear at him in the street, could he? What kind of message does that send?
It might have been better just to forget the whole thing.
He'd be starting on the back foot.
Well, I hope he's dotted his I's and crossed his T's. Brendan Harmer's mother rang. She's lodged a complaint.
Why wasn't I called in? He's a minor.
We are perfectly within our rights to interview a 17-year-old.
18 August.
And now this blow-in you've saddled us with. He's trying to give my son a criminal record.
Thanks for coming in, Mrs. Harmer. Always pleased to have community input.
It's a complaint. It's an official complaint, and I want it followed through on.
As I said, we'll be speaking to the member involved. In the meantime, Brendan, try and keep your underage drinking off the street. Oh, and try not to swear at the police.
Righto.
He's finding his feet, you know, once he gets used to it.
Sarge, Mr. Reardon on the phone from the Bushranger Hotel. Doesn't sound very happy.
I'm sure he wouldn't have asked about underage drinking if he didn't have any cause for concern, Mr. Reardon. Yeah, you know, I'm wondering if we can't sort all this out without resorting to that. Yep. Well, why don't I come down and have a word, eh? Great. See you soon.
Right, Coldberg, Lake Electronics, Posier's through.
Take Joe. Boss, that was the licensee of the Bushranger Hotel. Simon's been pursuing the underage drinking thing.
And where's Mr. Reardon threatening to take his complaint? The Chief Commissioner? The Premier?
Inspector Falcon Price.
Fantastic. So this is the bright new face of the Victoria Police.
Well, he's just
Finding his feet.
feet.
He's not careful, he'll be finding my feet up his backside. Get out there and hose him down.
We've spent 20 years in the hospitality business.
I'll let all that go down the tubes by selling a few beers to some kid.
So if you didn't sell him the alcohol, where did Brendan get it?
How the hell would I know? A mate, most likely.
Brendan is harmless. He's even taken our daughter Sinead out a couple of times.
So she might have sold it to him.
Sinead is 17. She wouldn't sell him grog.
Must be in trouble if it needs two of you.
Sergeant Gallagher, Senior Constable Barclay.
G'day.
They've got it into their heads that we might have sold Brendan some beer.
Is there any truth to that, Sinead?
Brendan's underage.
So you didn't supply him?
No.
There you go. You've asked her, she answered. That's the end of it.
Great. Look, thanks for your time.
So where did he get it from? You're his girlfriend?
Been out a few times, that's all.
So you know his source of supply?
She told you they're not boyfriend and girlfriend.
Sinead.
It's not like it's drugs or something. You drink beer, I bet.
Yes, but I'm 10 years older than Brendan.
Only 10. Thought you were 40 or something.
Look, if you know anything, Sinead, we'd really appreciate if you told us.
I did not sell Brendan one single drop of beer.
So what? You gave it to him.
Sinead.
We're in my room upstairs, and that means that what I did was legal.
Been studying up the licensing laws, have you?
It's in your room.
Nothing happened, Dad. We were just talking.
You don't have to be in your bedroom to do that. I suppose it was his idea.
Just calm down, Kevin. If she gave it to him in our private quarters, it was legal.
Yes, look, I do understand, but technically it is still against the law. All right, Mrs. Lancaster, I will pass your comments on. Bye for now. Simon Barclay is now handing out tickets for jaywalking.
In Widgery?
Yeah, you betcha.
It's probably in the back streets.
It's getting ridiculous.
How are you going, Gossie?
I hear the new boy's going in boots and all.
Yeah, he is taking a firm approach.
Any firmer, he'd have the whole town locked up from what I hear. Still not here to tell tales. Here with an invite. Footy club's having a bit of a bash at the Bush Rangers tonight. Celebrate the start of the season. We'll be passing out the Guernseys. We should ask the new boy to come along. I can introduce him around and grease the tracks.
Good idea.
Teach him the Widgery way of doing things.
I'm sure Senior Constable Barclay will be there.
Oh, yeah.
All your mob's invited, except Lawson, of course. Don't want any mudlark spies.
It's a great opportunity to get to know the locals. I mean, most of the town's going to be here tonight.
Well, I hope they're not all planning on driving home.
Simon, isn't it? Ian Goss. Congratulations on the job. I was up for it. No hard feelings.
No, of course not. Just glad to be here.
Now, important business to discuss. When are you going to try out for the footy team?
But footy's not really my game.
Well, you have to play footy if you live in Widgery. Isn't that right, Tom?
Oh, yeah, they're footy mad here. None of them can kick, of course, but...
Don't listen to them. Mudlarks are the enemy.
I do play volleyball.
Volleyball? That's no bloody good to us. Now, Widgery revolves around the football team. And the girls have got the netball. If you pull on a boot for the footy team, you'll be one of us in no time.
Look, I'm not really sure.
Right, bit of hush, everybody. Now, as president of the football club, I'd like to welcome you all to this function marking the start of the football season. Right. Got a lot to get through. I've got your jumpers to give out. First things first. Let's hear it for Simon Barclay, new copper in town. An all-round good bloke. Simon's a champion footballer. Now that Simo's done his leg, might be a posse at full forward, eh?
That's between me and Sinead.
No, you and Sinead. That's what I'm telling you,
I'll
you
take
fool.
care of this.
Listen to this.
Let's see how he does handle it.
And I don't want you anywhere near either.
Is there a problem here?
Stay out of this.
Look, I'm going to have to ask you both to stop right now.
Butt out. Take it outside.
Now, you both... I have to caution you both.
Brilliant.
We're charging you with assault police.
What else trying to hit him?
In your dreams.
It didn't look like that to me.
Oh, no, it wouldn't have. You just got in the way.
Any more of this and I'll be taking you both down to St David's lockup for the night.
This is persecution. Brendan was just defending himself.
Please, Mrs. Harmer, just let Senior Constable Barclay sort it out.
Oh, yeah, like he sorted out the whole town.
There's been an assault and it needs to be investigated.
I'm not going to press any charges.
You weren't the one who was assaulted.
Senior, do you mind if I have a quick word? Do you really think it's worthwhile pursuing this charge?
He hit me, you saw it.
He didn't mean to hit you, he was trying to hit Kevin.
Doesn't matter who he meant to hit, I'm the one who copped it. Are you suggesting that I should look the other way?
No, I'm suggesting that you should use a little discretion in Brendan's case.
If the town sees that they can get away with hitting the local copper, I'll have no authority here. They're going to laugh me out of town.
Boss, I just had a call from the pub. It's on for young and old.
The whole town.
It wasn't the whole town.
What's about half the town?
There's a lot of people who are getting stuck into each other.
Well, it was just the three of you to sort it out.
No, Gossie helped.
It was a storm in a teacup.
Hey, Joe, Lake Electronics have got those serial numbers from the stolen Walkmans.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Gossie, what you do? Did you run into a door?
Ran into a whole pub full of them.
What can we do you for, Senior?
That boy of yours on steroids for breakfast or something.
What's he done now?
First thing this morning, he started charging the members of the Widgery football team with a fray.
Fray? I haven't heard that charge for years.
Over the stoush in the pub last night. I mean, fair suck of the Savaloid. Pete, at the moment, blokes get stuck in it, can't defend it, but charging them.
Technically, by the letter of the law, it was a fray.
Thank you.
Tom, mate, this is serious. That was an official football function. Had the chairman of the footy tribunal on the phone this morning. They're talking about kicking Widgery out of the competition.
It seems a bit extreme.
Not according to them. Apparently the team is bringing the league into disrepute.
Well, they can't do that, can they?
No, bloody well can.
What, for a first occurrence?
Well, to be perfectly honest, the Widgery team does have a reputation. Entirely unearned, I might add. For going the knuckle on occasion.
What about the 1972 grand final when you laid me out behind play?
That was nothing to do with football. That was personal. So the other teams provoke us.
Yeah, all right, just leave it with us.
Here, well, just get your boy back on the leash, will you?
That was Simon. He'd like a hand to process the fray charges.
Hey, come on! You want to... quieten down!
Here we go.
Great.
Come on, Gossie. You want a beer, Sergeant? Littering?
Very funny.
Oh, see, look, he's impounded me car.
There's nothing I can do, mate.
And he reckoned I was street racing.
Were you?
No way!
Just get in line, okay? There's more bodies here to process and you will have your turn.
What's he doing? He lost the
All
plot.
right, time out, conference. Ben, Jack, can you mind the shop? I want you and you in here.
Now, none of you think of leaving or there's going to be charges falling like autumn leaves.
Now, Senior Constable Goss, you will not undermine Senior Constable Barclay's authority in this town.
I don't have to. He's doing it himself. All his own work. Look, Sarge, getting the Widgery team chucked out of the league's like ripping the heart out of the place. Sport's the one thing the young blokes have got here. Take that from them, they'll be on the booze, hooning around in cars, dying on the highway, you name it. These fray charges are causing problems, not curing them.
The definition of a fray is putting people in fear of their lives, and what happened at the pub last
Wouldn't
night...
hurt my old pussycat. Well, you've been all your life, son, in a girl's
All right,
school.
that's enough!
It's not too late to step back. Just say you were throwing a scare into them. Next time you'll do it for
And
real.
there will be a next time, won't there? The law's the law, I'm sorry.
So you still intend to proceed?
Yes.
You'll have to turn up in court on that day.
Hey. Oh, Hashim, your timing's impeccable. We just finished, mate.
Oh, no. This is real police business, mate. We've got a stolen goods list here. 25 Walkmans stolen from Lake Electrics night before last.
Nice to learn it for someone.
Yeah, so if any of the kids turn up wired for sound, you let me know, right?
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, bye now. There was Gossie. The tribunals met and Widgery's been barred from the footy league.
That'll cheer him up.
Yeah, it gets worse. The netball team shares a fixture with the footy team, so no football, no netball. So the only two teams in Widgery are out of competition.
I'll ask them to leave, and if they don't, I'll charge them with trespass.
I can't settle down, Sam.
I'm going after the truck.
Oh, where are you going to go?
Well, we've got to do something.
We could grow some mushrooms.
What are you picking on me for? What do you catch the blokes that left you the present?
We're just interviewing all the witnesses, Glenn, and you're one of them.
Yeah, well, all I saw was the truck pull up and dump the load.
Did you see who was driving the truck?
I can't say I did.
Well, you would have recognised the truck.
I never saw it before.
It's a small town, Glenn.
Yeah, a small town that turkey there's well and truly shafted. What are we supposed to look forward to now that there's no footy team?
Yeah, just stick to the issue. Okay?
Listen, mate, you've been here one single day and suddenly there's no football team. Oh, but then you play volleyball, don't you? Typical.
For what it's worth, volleyball is a very tough sport.
Oh, yeah, Simon, whatever you reckon, mate.
So have we heard anything from the other witnesses? Not a thing, Sarge.
See no evil, hear no evil.
The case of the disappearing truck, never been seen in Widgery before, will never be seen again.
Someone reckoned we'd ordered especially.
Now, look, it's got to be someone in the footy club.
Nobody in the footy club's talking, though. That's a problem.
There's one that's got to.
It was probably just a joke.
It's a massive piece of littering.
You know what I'd do if it was me? I'd bag it up, raffle it in the pub, and then give the takings to the footy club.
You don't seem to be taking this too seriously, Senior.
Showing you can take a joke. In this town, that's the most important thing there is.
All right, someone who's connected to the footy club, someone who owns a tip truck, someone with access to a large pile of...
Let me think. You could try the Lancaster brothers.
Lancaster? Like the old lady?
The one you booked for jaywalking, yeah. Max and Joey are her sons. They've got the local fuel business, and unless you want to be joining the Brass Monkey Club come winter, you're going to be buying fuel from them.
Max and Joey, they're connected to the footy club?
Stalwarts. They've got sons who play.
And they own a tip truck?
I said, they've got the fuel business. Wood, fuel, tip truck.
So, where can we find these stalwarts?
Where do you reckon?
Anyone here seen Max and Joey Lancaster? Seems to have seen them.
Yeah, interesting.
They don't spend the whole day here, you know. Some people have got to work.
I mean, it's interesting that the two people we're looking for just happen to be the same two who are missing. Thanks for your help, everyone. Couldn't have done it without you.
Don't you know where you're not welcome?
Step aside, please.
No. You listen to me because I don't think you seriously understand what you've done. Netball is the one thing I'm good at. The one thing this lousy place had to give me. You've taken it.
You have no idea, do you?
With the single exception of Senior Constable Goss, who suggested we raffle the manure for the footy club.
That's the first sensible thing I've heard all day.
The whole town has turned against us. We've got a steaming pile of manure in the driveway.
Well, send it my way. The garden could use it.
Boss, we're getting nowhere.
This is eating up far too much time. We need a truce and we need it now.
You're thinking of going out there?
Well, somebody's got to sort it out. You and Simon Barclay aren't doing any good, are you?
My mess, I'll sort it out.
You want the lend of a shovel?
All right, you blokes want any more beer? You're going to have to look at me. On behalf of the Victoria Police Force, I'd like to thank you all for your little contribution to our new station veggie garden. All right, I heard the tribunal's decision, and I understand your anger and your disappointment.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So we got off on the wrong foot, and...
Yeah, by you sending us an idiot.
Yeah, so I'd like to wipe the slate clean. We won't be pursuing the question of the little delivery to the station. And on your behalf, I'd really appreciate it if you gave Senior Constable Barclay a fair go while he settles in.
I can't believe you backed down without consulting me.
Oh, since when does a sergeant have to consult a senior constable, mate?
They'll see it as a sign of weakness. You give them an inch and they'll take a
right,
mile.
Just take a seat, Simon, and listen to me. Now, there is a truce in place, all right? They better respect it, and so would you. You're to cut this town some slack. Understand?
Was that an order?
It's a suggestion. A very firm suggestion from your superior officer.
So he understands the situation, does he?
From his file, you know, I'd have to say that Simon is a bright bloke with a great future.
Yes, but does he understand the situation?
Well, I've explained things to him, yeah. I mean, he's got great potential.
Sergeant, they thought the cane toad had great potential.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what he's doing. You know, you get into a new job, you want to change the world. I'm sure I was like that when I first came here.
Not quite as extreme.
Well, anyway, it's all sorted out now.
Why am I not brimming with confidence?
Please, don't worry. I've set him straight. There'll be no more problems from Widgery.
Glad to hear it.
I don't want to destroy an otherwise perfect day, Sarge.
What?
But, I just had a call from Widgery. Seems that Simon's patrol car's gone missing.
It was right there. Well, it ain't there
Okay,
now.
there's been a lot of people through this station today, right? Have the keys gone missing? Was it locked?
It was locked. I know exactly who did this.
Who?
Brendan Harmer.
Why?
That's the sort of kid he is. He's had infamy since day one.
Day one? Hang on a second. Day one was what? What, yesterday? Feels like 10 years. All right, let's go and talk to him. G'day.
What's Brendan supposed to have done now?
We'd like to talk with him, actually.
Look, Brendan's a good kid. Since his dad died, he's been my right hand here on the farm, so you tell me what he's supposed to have done.
We'd like to talk to him if that's all right.
This one's given the boy nothing but grief since he first stepped into town.
We just want to have a chat with him, basically. If you have any idea where he is, we'd be most appreciative.
Well, I'm sorry, but I haven't seen him since this morning.
Did he say where he was going last time you saw him?
No, but he was pretty upset.
About his run-ins with the police?
No, about Sinead. Kevin Reardon's put his foot down about him seeing her.
Right, is it serious between them?
Brendan loves the girl.
They've only known each other a month. They're not about to start running away together.
Why wouldn't they?
Because she's a sensible girl. She's not about to fall for the first farm
and
boy.
how old were you when you first fell in love?
What's that got to do
We
with
were
it?
18.
Things were different then.
I've checked her room. There's a suitcase missing and she's taken some clothes.
Okay, how much money would she have?
Not a lot.
Can you check your till?
Now you're trying to tell us she'd steal from
Oh,
us.
Kevin, for God's sake, just do it!
Do you have any idea where she might have gone?
Well, she kicked up a fuss about moving down here, said she missed all her friends at home.
Okay, where's home?
Wagga Wagga.
It's been cleaned out.
Okay, look, thanks for your help. We'll let you know when we find her, okay?
Reckon they've run off together?
Yep.
In a police car.
Wouldn't be my choice of an inconspicuous vehicle, but, you know, kids. Widgery 258 to Brendan Harmer. Brendan, can you hear me? Brendan, if you can hear me, pick up the microphone, press the button on the side and talk to me, okay?
Who are you?
Sergeant Tess Gallagher from Mount Thomas Police.
You're the little blonde chick who sold that Barclay onto me.
I'm not sure I fit that description, Brendan, but I am Senior Constable Barclay's immediate boss. So look, why don't you turn the car around and come back, okay?
Why don't you charge me?
Of course we're going to charge him. What does he expect?
You stay out of this, okay? Brendan, can we talk?
You talk different than Barclay, but you're on his side.
Right now I'm on your side, Brendan. Yours and Sinead's. She's alongside there with you, isn't she?
Smart, aren't you?
Look, mate, the further you drive, the more complicated it's going to get.
What, you're threatening me too, are you?
I'm just trying to talk to you. You know what I really like to do? I'd really like to just have a chat, face to face. So why don't you come back to Widgery and just bring the car around and we'll sort things out, all right?
Arrest me, you mean?
Come on, you haven't got any prior convictions yet, mate. I think the system will be pretty easy on you, but, you know, don't make things any worse than they have to be.
Yeah, you're trying to con me.
No, I'm trying to give you a chance. It's not too late to turn back. Brendan?
Oh, my God.
Brendan?
He's crashed the car.
Brendan? Brendan? Sinead, are you there?
We just lost it on the bed. We lost it. Sinead's bleeding.
Where are you, mate? We need a location for the ambulance.
She's bleeding bad. I think she's dying.
You better get her to the hospital, get an ambulance on standby. We'll try and get a location. Mount Thomas 900 to Brendan Harmer. Brendan, can you hear me?
I don't know what to do.
We're going to help you. Now, look, there's an ambulance standing by. We need to know where you are. We need to know where Sinead is injured.
It's a leg. It's under the dashboard. I can't get her out.
Is she conscious?
No, there's so much blood. I think she's dying.
Now, listen to me carefully. You're going to have to keep her warm because she's going to go into shock, and you've got to
Stop the bleeding. Now, find the wound and press down on it.
I'm pressing down. I think it stopped.
Okay, Brendan, we need to find out exactly where you are.
I'm not sure.
Look, mate, you've only been on the road for half an hour.
I've never been further than St. David's in my life.
Okay, so you were heading north?
To Wagga. Sinead's got friends we can stay with.
You're heading north along the highway.
We thought we'd get spotted. It took a turn off.
Great, describe the turn off.
Just over the crest of a hill, there's a servo on the left, then a lot of letterboxes on a fence.
Crest of a hill, servo and letterboxes.
Right, then left again, you know, to stay heading north. But then it, like, turned into a bush track, you know, and then a bend, and we just went in, and she's dying.
I know where this is. If they turned right at the letterboxes and then left again, they'd be in Settlement Road here. Mount Thomas 900 to Mount Thomas 258.
Receive 258. Go ahead, boss.
258. What's your current location?
Yeah, come on. It's on its way, all right? Move over there. Just take it easy. Simon.
Sinead!
Sinead, can you hear me? Just take a deep breath, you'll be all right. Ambulance is on its way.
Charging him theft of vehicle and careless driving. And also because he's a learner on a permit and there was no licensed driver. There'll be drive outside of condition of permit and also failure to display L plates.
Oh, I forgot to put L plates on a stolen police car. Shame on him.
I'll also be charging him and Sinead Reardon with theft of money from the bushranger.
This is the correct approach.
He stole a patrol car. She stole money from her parents. He's saying we shouldn't charge them.
Yeah, we'll proceed with the offences, but we're dealing with two very young offenders here, and perhaps it might be a good idea to start out by finding out whether they're okay. How is Sinead?
Broken leg. Won't be playing any netball for a while.
You could have killed Sinead! Mr. Reardon, just back off unless you want me to charge you as well.
All right, he's just an idiot kid. He's not old enough to know any better. It's you I should be blaming. The one who walked into a quiet little place and stirred and stirred and pushed till this thing happened to my little girl.
Mr. Reardon, if your little girl hasn't
Station
stolen...
Constable, that's enough! Boss, I've created a monster.
No, you haven't. He didn't get this way in the last 48 hours.
Yeah, but I've unleashed him, and now he's out there and he just won't learn.
You've read him all the lessons, haven't you?
Everyone. I never, ever should have given him the nod.
You're in pretty good company, as I recall.
I'll know better next time. You know, he has got to go.
Easier said than done, I'm afraid.
Well, there's got to be a way. He's going to get himself lynched.
Yet with any luck, does he realise that?
Nah, he's too boneheaded.
Well, you're just going to have to keep banging away on that bonehead until he does realise.
I suppose so.
It's about to be gazetted. You know the score as well as I do.
We'll be stuck with him.
I'm afraid so.
You know, it really would be better for all concerned if you
I gave
just... If you accepted that things had reached a point where you...
Where I should throw in the towel.
No, Simon, look, it's a matter of horses for courses, and you're the wrong horse on the wrong course.
Well, you obviously didn't think so in my interview.
Yeah, because you're impressive. On paper, you're very impressive.
On paper.
But your people skills are such that in a one-man station, problems occur, and I'm just not seeing the flexibility I'd like to.
Flexibility?
Or just a willingness to learn.
Sarge, I'm not going to volunteer to go. This will be on my file forever. Simon Barclay, the two-day wonder of Widgery, the man who couldn't cut into one horse town.
In your
no.
own best interests, I really...
I'm gazetted.
Not yet, you're not.
All I've done is enforce the law. You have no due cause to move me.
Yeah, all right then. I'll move you back to Mount Thomas and I'll put Ben Stewart in here to get things back to normal. And once that's been achieved and I'm satisfied that you're ready to take it on...
You cannot do that.
I'll consider reinstating you here.
You cannot do it.
It's done. Ben, I've just been talking to Simon and I'd like the two of you to change places for a while.
You want me to go to Widgery?
Any objections?
No, Tish, that's fine.
What, and we get Simon here? That's it. You got to be kidding. Let's just try and make it work for a while, okay? First thing tomorrow, Widgery.
Not so fast, Sergeant. A moment. I see no reason to move Barclay. He's doing a fine job.
He's alienated half the town.
And given them a strong police presence, they're not likely to forget in a hurry.
Say that again.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing.
Sir, with respect, I think we need to accept that the board made a mistake in appointing Senior Constable Barclay.
I was on that board, Sergeant.
Well, I'm not suggesting it wasn't a joint
There was no mistake. In fact, we need more members like Barclay, the new breed. Members that aren't afraid to make the unpopular decisions.
But, sir, he's...
No buts. And Barclay stays where he is, understood?
Yes, sir.
Sir, how is he going to do his job if the town won't cooperate?
And we don't need their cooperation, Senior Sergeant. Only their compliance.
I can't believe Simon went over my head.
Over both our heads.
He's an operator, all right.
Rusty's looking his usual cheerful self.
G'day, Gossie. You come to Glade, have you, mate?
No, not as such, no. No, it's your PJ Hashem I want to see.
Oh, PJ. Distinguished visitor for you, mate.
Hey, Gossie, can I help you?
No, on the contrary, I want to help you. Those Walkmans you're looking for. Old Bert Prentice. He's just acquired one.
Bert Prentice and a Walkman.
Well, he likes to listen to the country hour. He's a bit cagey about where he got it.
So let me get this straight. Bert Prentice lives in Widgery.
So I'd soon as not cause him any grief, you with me? But if someone was to speak to him nicely, he might just cough up as to his supplier.
Gossie, you got a minute? Thanks for the tip.
It's all part of the service.
You wouldn't by any chance be carrying out your own little investigation into these missing Walkmans, would you?
Why would I do that?
Make the boy look bad?
He doesn't need any help. So, what's Rusty doing out here?
Oh, you know, the usual.
Come on, Tom. I'm not about to talk out of school.
The inspector thinks Barclay's doing a good job.
That'd be one for the books, eh?
Probably reminds him of himself as a young copper.
That'd be right. I don't know, Tom. I reckon if that's what the force is after these days, I might as well pack it in.
Oh, come on, don't jump ship too soon.
So, where did you hear about this? Information received at Lipsis.
Well, that bloke who sold Bert Prentice the Walkmans described as 180 centimetres tall, dark wavy hair, sideburns, ring through his left ear.
The informant didn't give a name.
A little reluctant on that score.
Well, you must have known him. This isn't New York.
Well, when...
Hang on. Do you know him? It's a fairly broad description. Could be anyone.
When that manure was dumped, remember, didn't we talk to some guy called Glenn? I'm pretty sure he had a ring through his left ear, didn't he?
No, I didn't really know, sorry.
No.
You out. You're barred.
You can bar me when I'm off duty, Mr. Reardon. Right now I'm working. We're looking for Glenn Rossiter.
Haven't seen him.
Has he been in today?
Hard to remember. People are in and out all day.
Are you refusing to comply with our request?
Mr. Reardon, if you've seen him, can you please tell us?
No, he hasn't been in. He lives just up the road, first house past the survey.
Thanks. While we're here, Senior Constable Barclay has something he'd like to say to you.
I can hardly wait.
I'd like to express my regret for your daughter's accident.
I don't think I heard you, mate. What was that, an apology, was it?
I'm not saying this is the end of the matter. We still need to investigate the money she stole from the till.
Just what is your problem? Hey?
I had a Walkman once, but I lost it somewhere.
I don't think you're hearing us, Glenn. We're talking about Walkmans, plural, 25 to be exact, all in boxes, all with serial numbers.
No, now you've lost me.
Lake Electrics, Mount Thomas, night before last, a burglary, 25 go missing. Then we get information that you're selling brand new Walkmans.
No, you must have me confused
Where are
with
they,
someone.
Glenn?
I've got no idea.
All right, you want us to search your house?
Be my guest.
What about your car?
What car?
Oh, no, so now you don't have a car?
Well, not as such, no.
Hang on a minute, didn't Senior Constable Barclay impound your car for street racing yesterday?
Oh, yeah, that car, yeah.
Voila! That's friends for your Nick, my son. Hey, you sit down, you shut up, I know where you live.
You don't want to do this. Now, you don't want to do this. You don't want to do this. Now, really, don't want to do this. Okay. Look,
put him down.
I'll charge
Put
you
him
for
down.
assault, please. Anything you say, you're not obliged to say anything, but if you do say anything, it will be...
Look, come on, fellas, enough.
Stop, he won't back
Yeah,
down.
well, look, if you drop him, it's attempted murder.
Look, Sinead's in hospital because of him and he still wants to charge
Well,
her.
that's my decision, and she won't be charged.
Don't give in to them.
Oh, come on, you blokes, haul him up. Haul him up now. Come on, if you drop him, I'll charge you. I'll charge each and every one of you with littering.
Littering.
Littering just came to me.
You show me where I crossed the line. Show me where I put a foot wrong.
Where do I start?
I did my job.
Look, enforcing the law is only part of the job.
The most important part.
You know, if you hadn't been so busy booking everyone for minor offences, Widgery could have taught you something.
And what could Widgery have taught me?
When I first got here, I was just like you. I did everything by the book. I talked the talk. I knew every regulation. You know, when it came to the book, I could run rings around any copper in this station. No offence, boss.
I'm taken.
That's not what being a good copper is about. It's about people, Simon, and I'm learning that, and I think it's something you'll never learn.
I didn't do anything wrong.
You did everything wrong from the first moment you walked into town.
Inspector Falcon Price doesn't seem to think so.
Inspector Falcon Price has had a change of heart.
It might have something to do with you being dangled over the balcony of the pub.
What did he say?
Well, he thought you might like to request a transfer.
Preferably to a department that doesn't involve dealing with the public.
We might make a country cop review yet.
Pity you didn't finish my education before I gave my vote to Simon.
Oh, well, it can't be perfect all the time.
Which does leave Widgery shy one senior Connie.
The position will be advertised. In the meantime, we'll find somebody to sit in the hot seat.
Yeah, better tell Ben to saddle up.
I had somebody else in mind.
How are the two poor old buggers tonight, eh?
Oh, coping, just.
I hear you got yourselves a footy team.
Yeah, Tommy here helped with the appeal.
Didn't know dinosaurs drank scotch.
We were just about to toast the new copper in Widgery.
Good on you, Gossie.
Where did you hear the rumour?
I didn't. It's just common sense. You should have given him the job in the first place.
Well, here he goes to the dinosaurs.
Talking about me or yourself?
Oh, both, mate, both.
To the poor old buggers, Tommy.
Poor old buggers.